YouTuber films a Q&A video and it actually turns out right the first time. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a Q&A. Hey, it's Mayo. She says, what advice would you give someone wants to start a YouTube channel or social media? By the way, I love your videos. Thank you so much, Mayo. Don't invest so much money into it because you need to know if you like it first. So start with your iPhone. Learn how to edit on Google. Just start. So many people are going to ask me that question in this Q&A. So I'm going to give different advice each time. Keep watching. Official Tanika asks, what do you use to clear your skin? I've been struggling to clear my skin for years and your skin is so gorgeous. Thank you, guys. I currently have a spot here and here and here and here, so I really hate giving skin advice because my skin is so like, one week you'll be looking like Beyonce, the next week it'll be doing Michelin. But what I have been using is coconut oil and lemon essential oil, peppermint essential oil and tea tree essential oil. You guys know I'm obsessed with my essential oils. So on my Snapchat I always share what I'm using it, so follow me on my Snapchat. Yeah. Jenny Mensa, she says, what are your roots? Do you have siblings? Love you lots, Lizzie. Ah, you're doing an incredible job with your channel. Thank you. My roots are Nigerian, I'm Yoruba, and I have 3 older sisters and 1 younger brother. What's the best way to grow your channel? Will you carry on your vlog in future? I really enjoy your vlogs. Oh, thanks. Vlogging, I don't think I'm interested enough to be honest to vlog, so I don't know if I'll do it. But if I go on holiday and stuff, freaking love being creative with like editing and filming there, so defo. But my life now is just work. There's nothing really to show, so I don't vlog. Just be as consistent as possible, follow trending topics, quality thumbnails, your thumbnails, titles and search engine, your 3 lines in your first description box are what matters, so make sure those are popping. How many packs of hair did you use my box braids? I'll link the video down below to give you all the information about the box braids that I had in. Official Tanika says, what would you do if your dad or both parents didn't like the guy you were dating? Do you leave it or follow your heart? I think you always need to listen to the reasoning behind why your parents don't like him. I think if it's something to do with, I'm going to be controversial, if it's something to do with their religion, I don't think that you should listen to your parents because I don't feel like religion should be a factor as to why you're not with someone. If you don't have a personal conviction about it, I don't understand why other people will create that conviction for you if you don't feel it. But if it's about his attributes, like I just don't think he's serious enough, or I don't feel like he has the qualities of a husband, stuff like that only adults know through their experience, I think definitely listen to them, because there's so many times I thought I was in the right, like, no, I'm not going to listen to my mum, like, I know what's best, and then, you know, 1 year later, it turns out to be what she was saying, because adults know what they're talking about, they've been through it, and they just want to, like, save you from your own mistakes, because there's no point having the same pain, do you know what I mean? Like, I hope my girl listens to me, girl or boy listens to me, because, girl, it's easier just to learn from your parents. Sandy asks, how old am I and who is my bestie? I am 22, even though I can look 16 sometimes. I only have best friends. I do have close friends. What camera do you use for your pics and filming? So for filming I use my Canon 600D and my Sigma 1.4 55mm lens. People ask me, what camera? Ask what lens. This lens is giving you this beautiful blurry background where you can kind of see the tinkling of the little tea lights that I got from 99p store, and you know, I'm looking really in frame, and like the depth of field is like, ooh, wow, blur. What are the next steps for your future career-wise? If there was a fire in the house, what 5 items would you pick? Love you lots. I love you too. Next steps for the future. YouTube, I do marketing and content creating. I'll go into that later. 5 things I'll pick my books that have all my pictures in it. I'll pick my laptop. I'll pick my hard drive because they also have like my digital pictures in it. I'll pick my passport because it's just long to get a new one. And if anything happens in England, I want to be out of this place. Okay, no, God willing, silver has run out. But if silver, my cat, hasn't run out, I'm gonna have to like pick him because, you know, he's a bit cuckoo. Kiki Ninja says, what do you think about being a virgin till marriage? Let's be real now, let's get in there. When I was younger, I never really understood the importance of it. I don't know if it's because I was a horny teenager and I just got a boyfriend. It's just like, you know, there's no need for that. But as I got older and as I would come in and out of relationships and stuff, I really value the concept of being a virgin till marriage, because you cut out so much BS time. When relationships get all sexual and stuff, you spend a lot of time cuddling and kissing and being with that person and being like physically attached to that person. More so is the time it takes to do that. Like, it's exhausting being in a sexual relationship with someone, whereas if you cut that out, you have no choice but to talk about yourself and talk about your dreams and talk about your aspirations and talk about your future. And if you do that, you can quickly find out whether that person is for you or not. So without giving yourself up too much or giving them something that is meant for your husband, which is in my opinion, you cut out that BS when you're not sure if that person is for you. And if you just keep it platonic and just get to know each other, hold hands, all that kind of stuff, and try and be celibate, you just cut out time, which is great. And especially I think people get into that mentality when they get older, because time isn't something that you really kind of have to lose when you're younger, if that makes sense, because I don't know, you just have a lot more freedom, there's not as much to do. And like right now I'm adulting right now, I'm like, I couldn't imagine having a boyfriend right now because I physically don't have the time for you. So if I was going to have a boyfriend, I need to know that this is leading somewhere, and that's why I'm kind of in the ethos of being celibate by God's grace. It's hard though, can't lie. This is so cringe if my sisters are watching this. King Sarah says, do you plan on getting married soon? If I told you how dry my love life is right now. Animo Fitness, which is actually my friend, he's a fitness guru, he goes to my uni, thanks for leaving a question. John, he says, what's the most difficult experience you've been through? Probably my mum. Someone else asked me, like, what are you speaking about in your graduation video when you talked about like difficulties with your mum and mental health. So if you didn't know, my mum, she has schizophrenia, and you know when someone is mentally ill, she's been mentally ill ever since I was 0, but you never really know. It only became apparent when I got to the age of like 17. That's when she kind of like developed all the symptoms and became sick, and it was very, very, very difficult to live in my house. I moved out, I was staying at a boyfriend's all the time, like his family became my family. I couldn't speak to my mum. It was so hard, like it's the hardest situation I've ever been in. And whilst I was in there, I was always speaking to God, like, God, why are you making me go through this? Like, what is the learning experience? Please hurry it up, please. Because that was an experience where I knew things need to change. Like, we can't always be in this kind of situation of heartache and it being difficult for her as well as on the family, financially, paying for the mortgage. Like, so much was put on my shoulders at the age of 17. Like, it was a lot. It was so difficult. But right now we're outside of that kind of rut, and she's getting better and stuff. And I feel like, I don't know, things just, when people say schizophrenia, it's so weird that I learnt the whole specification of what schizophrenia was before I knew my mum was schizophrenic, because I did psychology at A2. It was really interesting, so I knew a lot about it, and obviously I had to do an exam on it, so I was like studying it, knew all the symptoms, So when it happened to my mum, I wasn't as scared because I knew about it. That's why I feel like knowledge is so key. Whatever you're going through, just back it up with knowledge, because when you have knowledge, it gives you some type of security that helps you to just get through life. So read them books, love. Kelsa Beauty says, how did you get your popularity on YouTube? I don't know if I'm popular, but I tried to make them as creative as possible. I can't lie, the struggle is so real. I feel like don't be scared if you're a newer vlogger to start, because I feel like newer vloggers have more of a kind of leverage compared to older vloggers now, just because everyone's looking for something new, something more interesting, something that's gonna fill them up, something less superficial, because people kind of see the games that YouTube kind of plays and the games that people play on YouTube. So yeah, I just think I was as myself as possible, as well as producing content that I was personally proud of. Like, anything that I make, I have to be like, Liz, would you sit down for 5 minutes and watch this video? If you won't sit down for 5 minutes and watch this video, you need to change something within that video. That's the kind of message I have in my head when I'm editing. Even when I'm editing, I'm like, that's boring, cut it out, that's boring, cut it out. I'll leave it, I'll come back to it, I'll see if it's boring again, and I'll just, you know, try my hardest. I just try so hard. And the other day on Snapchat, I was literally going through my videos, and it was like, oh my god, like, I feel so blessed to have you guys subscribe to me and watch me, but I'm also more blessed that I have been able to put so much energy into something and it be so satisfactory to me. Like, it's so weird, like when shit's happening, if someone's cussing me out, if I wake up to a horrible message, I can literally go to this space of Lizzie Loves and just be so proud of myself. I'm getting teary for creating such a space, such a creative space that just allows me to do me. Sorry. I don't want to mess up my makeup. I haven't taken any selfies. I actually can't cry. Have you watched that episode in that Kim Kardashian episode which was like, oh my god, I want to cry for Khloe, but I just did my makeup. This is fresh makeup. This is exactly how I feel right now. Because I've been through so many ups and downs this year. Having Lizzie Lounge just there and seeing it grow and stuff has been the guiding force to helping me jump out of my moods or get up and do something and not be like down all the time, because it's like I have 50,000 people expecting videos, so I have to get into a happy mindset to film and stuff. So yeah, it's just, thank you guys. I'm very, very, very grateful. I'm gonna go on to Snapchat now. All of these messages. Thank you guys again for Snapchat, especially for resending these messages. I appreciate it. I'm so pretty. Thank you. Hi.
Inspiring me so much. And my one question is, what do you want to do in terms of your future career? And yeah.
So currently I do YouTube. I do marketing consultancy. So I work freelance with 2 brands and I go into their office spaces, and for one of them I'm like, the title is YouTubeologist, so I help look after their channel, help them grow their channel, give pointers on what they should be doing in terms of their social media. Hi guys, so I'm currently at work and I'm currently editing the video that you're watching right now, but I just had a quick thought that I wanted to tell you guys that as you can see, YouTubeologist is not a job title. So when people say half of the jobs that you guys will be doing in the future, they haven't even been created yet, that's 100% true, because like, who would have thought 5 years ago YouTubeologist was a job? Do you get what I mean? And now I get paid to be a YouTubeologist. So don't ever stress or worry about, oh my god, what am I going to be, what am I going to do? Just literally do the best that you're doing now. There's no point like worrying about the future, because it just creates anxiety and fear and doesn't help you in the present time. So make sure in your present time you're just doing the best that you can do, and you know, things will just work out. And that's the message to have. Continue watching the video. Bye. I will be helping them create content and seeing what works, going through the analytics. So it's very kind of consultant, marketing, analytical, strategy based work. The other one, I create content for their Instagram and I help them, like, it's a startup company and I love it. At first when I finished graduation I was like, yeah, I want to do full-time YouTube, going on. I did it for June and July. I did enjoy most aspects of it, but you're literally alone all the time, and I didn't like the fact that I didn't have a routine. Like, I had to make my own routine and I wanted to have a sense of community and stuff. So a couple of brands reached out to me when I was planning to be full-time, so I kind of neglected the position. But then when I decided that I actually wanted to have a semi 9 to 5, I was like, yeah, hello, please hire me again. And by God's grace it happened. So I do that 2 days a week on each. The other days I spend content creating and putting up videos, and obviously I get paid through YouTube and like doing ads and stuff like that. Oh my god! Victoria from she creates like BuzzFeed. I'm fangirling her right now. Okay, she creates loads of articles on BuzzFeed where she, like, I think her section is looking at black culture, so I'm literally always reading it and I just think she's amazing. And the fact that she's aware of me, I'm just like, oh, it's very nice. I'm like, can you see I'm fangirling her right now? She says, I look 2 butters for a video. Here's my question, boo. Got to help us out because you're my fave. Oh, thank you. You always stay positive. Love watching your videos and your vibe. I'm always complaining on Snapchat, so it's like, go through lows. I do go through lows, and I don't think my lows are any low as anyone else's, but I do go through lows. But I think I just always have a sense of purpose and a sense of always wanting to do better, and I honestly feel like YouTube has helped me be a happier person in myself, because I have to make other people happy. So if I'm not making other people happy, I don't feel happy. So it's important for me to get to a space where I feel happy again, so I can make other people feel happy, and then I feel happier. Does that make sense? So that's my process of trying to be happy. And I think for me to feel happy, I have to feel like I'm sharing something or doing something creative and stuff. So it encourages me to make videos. And if I don't feel happy, usually it's like a mental thing, and like YouTube helps me kind of divert my mental brain, because I can be creative in a space and get up and dress nice and do my makeup and then do a video that people enjoy, and it just makes you feel happy. So honestly, YouTube has made me feel happy. Top Dad Swag 1. I have a boyfriend. No, I don't have a boyfriend. yeah, Shakira, she asked me like, what's the toughest challenge you find being a black YouTuber within like the community. I think YouTubers made me realise that what you do in education and what you do at university doesn't relate to real life, and I think that kind of idea can still be applied to YouTube. So I went to a very my university was very political, and if you had a problem with anything, or if you think something was racist, or if you think people didn't include black people enough in a certain space, you could shout about it, you can write an essay, you can write a petition, and that institution had to change it, or they had the obligation to change it, or they had the pressure being put on to change it. And that kind of environment made me feel like when I graduated that anything was possible and you can change everything. All you need to do is like write an angry essay or do this or do that. And I think coming to the real life and facing YouTube and how black people are treated within the space shows me that sometimes that's not always the case. Like, of course, call brands out and call this person out and call them out if they're like not including you and all that kind of stuff, but when you're in like a platform that is created for a certain personality, like, it's so hard to break that mold, because everyone's expecting that, hello, you know what I mean? Like, no shade to anyone who has that kind of personality, because if it's naturally you, then it's you. But a lot of these girls and boys doing all this, that's not how black culture is, and we're not embraced within this space. And I don't think it's the fact that black people don't embrace us, but I feel like we're just not given the same opportunities as white people are. And we have these token black vloggers, i.e. 123, I know who you're thinking of, and because they're so big, all the brands will rush to those 3 or 4 or 5 because they're bigger, and they never look at everyone else because there's no need to, because brands just want people with numbers. That's why everyone else, it's so much harder for them to grow, because you either have the token black girls on YouTube and then you have everyone else, and we're basically ignored and you have to push your way through. But it doesn't discourage me. I just work harder and I try harder, and I try to... Someone even told me, like, I was complaining the other day about feeling left out of the blogging world, and I fully know it's because I'm so, like, I don't really know how to communicate well, and I'm really bad at making friends. Someone snapped me and she was like, no shade, maybe it's because you're too commercial and you don't show enough of your culture. And I was like, whoa, okay, so do I have to have this kind of Nigerian accent? Do I have to speak in pidgin for you guys to relate to me and me to grow? I don't think I do, because I've naturally grown and I've not done that, and I've literally been myself. I haven't grew up in Nigerian, so I can't just suddenly switch to a Nigerian accent, even if that's banter for you guys. No, it's funny, but I'm just not like that. So yeah, I think finding the balance between understanding that this space was created for the white male and female and pushing through those barriers, as well as creating your own type of marketability. But yeah, that's basically the end of my Q&A. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did down in the comments below, and if there's anything you want to know, I'll definitely answer them in the comments that I might have missed. Okay, I love you so much. Thank you for watching. And remember to subscribe, like and comment, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Was just another nigga on a hit list, trying to fix your issues with a bad bitch. Didn't they tell you that I was a savage? Fucking white horse in a carriage. Bet you never could imagine. Never tell you could have it. You needed me. You needed me.